Women are mere vessels for bearing children, Napoleon Bonaparte once declared. At first glance this seems harsh, even absurd. Who wouldn't desire a man of power, ambition and dominance? Yet greatness demands a heavy toll. Great men are rarely present. They are consumed, devoured by war, strategy and vision. In their unyielding chase for destiny, there is scant space for emotional upkeep, for constant reassurance, or for being tamed. Napoleon understood this not only as a conqueror, but as a lover. His letters to Josephine, fervent, desperate even, pitiable, met with cold betrayal. While he forged an empire, she took lovers, revealing a truth: not all women crave a man's greatness. Many fear it, for greatness does not yield. It cannot be confined to a quiet home or anchored by routine affection. Greatness is fierce, unstable, ravenous, and for many women, that is not love, it is a threat. So, they turn to the manageable, the safe, the ordinary. A mediocre man asks no profound questions, fights no true battles, pursues no legacy. He is soft, present, dependent. His identity orbits her, not a mission. This makes him appealing, not for what he is, but for what he lacks. Danger, sacrifice, the risk of abandonment that comes with a man chasing something greater than himself. Napoleon saw this clearly. His claim about women was not born of hatred, but of calculated observation. He reduced them to biology because in his eyes, most did not transcend it. Most could not grasp the tempests raging in a man who rejects a small life. He sought not affection, but truth, even if it stung, especially if it stung. The higher a man rises, the lonelier he walks, not by choice, but because comfort and emotional need cannot follow into the fire of greatness. Look around today. Society claims to honor excellence, but only when it's convenient, entertaining, or safe. A man of true power, depth, and vision terrifies, especially in love. Napoleon learned this through pain. A master of war, a god of momentum, he was reduced to begging Josephine not to betray him. She did anyway. Why? Power doesn't seduce the heart like predictability does. It wins battles, but rarely emotional loyalty. Women, even those near greatness, often choose companionship over conquest. Do you think this has changed? Modern men believe success will earn love, but Napoleon would scoff. The more exceptional you become, the less lovable you seem to those craving stability. This is why many women unconsciously choose men they can control, men grateful just to be there. Mediocre men don't make waves, don't demand silence to think, don't vanish into obsession or sacrifice today for a future only they see. They orbit her, and being the center of someone's universe is intoxicating. But for the man seeking greatness, such devotion is rare. He doesn't orbit, he ascends, threatening the comfort modern relationships demand. Napoleon lived this paradox. The man who commanded armies was deemed distant, too focused, too cold. Yet how else does one build an empire? How else does a man etch his name into history's bones? Not by whispering sweet nothings, but by becoming more than a man. A force. Do you seek comfort or legacy? Napoleon knew most women choose the former. Every man who has tasted betrayal while building something greater knows his pain. You pour your time, mind, and soul into a vision only to be resented for it, not admired, but resented. Your greatness exposes their mediocrity. Your focus feels like distance, your ambition like arrogance, your silence like absence. Men like Napoleon weren't born to coddle. They were born to lead, forge, dominate. This clashes with the emotional script of modern relationships. He didn't hate women. He saw the truth most men fear. What a woman says she wants often differs from what she chooses. She may admire greatness in theory, but marries convenience in practice. Love without understanding is a ticking clock. Most women don't grasp the cost of a man's discipline, the sleepless nights, ridicule, isolation, blood, and grind. They see the result, not the war behind it. When that war persists, when you keep climbing instead of settling, resentment festers. This is why Napoleon spoke of women with such detachment. He tried romantic idealism, and it failed him. Not because he couldn't love, but because love couldn't match his destiny. Choosing destiny over domesticity means choosing loneliness, power or peace, but rarely both. The great man walks alone, not by desire, but because he outgrows what the world offers for his obedience. Napoleon wasn't seeking solitude. The weight of his vision forced it upon him. The higher a man climbs, the fewer understand his air. Women want to be seen, heard, held, but a man consumed by purpose has little time for fragile emotional needs. He is not cold by nature, but hardened by purpose. Society won't admit this. Most people, including women, fear the truly great, not because they're evil, but because they cannot be tamed. The world calls such men toxic, unavailable, unlistening. Of course they don't listen. They're busy making history. Napoleon was vilified for his ambition, his ego, but above all, for refusing to bow to love, tradition, or comfort. His downfall wasn't his power, but the illusion that those closest could understand it. Even the lion dies alone. Here's the unspoken truth. A man must choose empire or nest. One offers legacy, the other warmth, but never both. Mediocre men are loved, praised, remembered as good. But great men, lonely, misunderstood, exiled, carve their names into time. If you chase truth, greatness, immortality, prepare to be unloved, doubted left. You are not safe, and that makes you dangerous. Yet the world bows to danger. Why do women reject disciplined, visionary men for predictable ones? Great men are mirrors, reflecting what others lack. Their ambition exposes complacency, their silence insecurity, their solitude dependency. For most, that mirror is unbearable. A great man needs no emotional validation, seeks no approval, fears no solitude. That's not romantic, it's terrifying. You cannot control him, seduce him with softness, or hold him with affection. You can only follow or be left behind. Women don't choose based on admiration, but on emotional leverage. A man who stays when she cries, pauses his life for her doubts, makes her the axis of his world. But the great man doesn't pause. He builds, bleeds, and his heart is disciplined. He's not unloving, but love isn't his mission. That makes him unreachable for the average woman who seeks a companion to feel safe, heard, prioritized. Not a titan to walk beside. This is why many settle for men who look strong but are soft inside, molded by her needs. She may love him, marry him, but deep down she knows she chose a servant, not a king. You, the man who won't kneel, who burns at 2 a.m. crafting a vision, were never rejected for your flaws, but for your fire. Most don't want to rise, they want to rest. Don't envy the mediocre man. Pity him. He may be loved but never respected, never needed in a soul-shaking way. You were not meant for ordinary love. Your life is a storm, your path steep. Your reward is not comfort but conquest. Over yourself, your doubts, the whispers to give in. Let her go. Let the idea of being understood go. You were built for purpose, not comfort. Yes, you may walk alone, die misunderstood, but stay the course and your name will endure. No woman builds statues, rewrites history, or leads nations into battle. Men do, alone, bleeding, focused, unloved, but unstoppable. Stop asking why she didn't choose you. She didn't want greatness. She wanted comfort. You are not comfort, you are danger, and the world still bows to danger. If this truth shook you, don't fade silently. Like, share, subscribe, join as a member. Truth, like greatness, isn't meant to be comfortable, it's meant to burn. Cheers.